Guys, it's Windham, your filthy casual, back, chilling. Anyway, some important stuff has kind of been happening the last few weeks. Mainly that in the United States, it is now legal for gays to marry. Yay! I'm a little subdued in my joy of this, simply because it's just been so controversial and just so crazy for a while. Personally, as far as my beliefs go, I believe that you should follow the Constitution. As far as running your government, if I put all of my personal beliefs aside, even though personally I'm like, yay, that's great, a lot of people are like, boo. But if I put my personal beliefs aside, I am a huge proponent of, to run a country, follow the Constitution, to follow the beliefs of people, if that makes sense. And a reason why is this. A friend of mine, he's actually in law school right now, and he put it in an extremely amazing way that if you follow completely the beliefs of the people, people are fickle. Have you guys ever watched a movie where someone is going to be put to death because a crowd gets really angry? It's like someone goes through, pumps the crowd with the angsty, violence-fueled drugs and just decides to let them loose on unsuspecting townspeople, and they're all like, ooh, let's burn them, burn the witch. People are fickle, and people shouldn't be trusted like that. So while you need to go with the beliefs of the people, I feel like you definitely need a steady hand that is going to be law and justice and completely fair 100% of the time. And so you need to go back to the Constitution. And originally the Constitution, as well as the Declaration of Independence, was written with the language of the Enlightenment. People go, oh, well, back in the day, the founding fathers believed in God, etc. You need to remember that the Enlightenment period was happening. So they use words like nature and nature's God, which most of the founding fathers were theists. Not really atheists, not really super religious Christians. Most of them believed in a type of God, a type of, I would say, along the lines of what we consider agnostic today, where they certainly believed in like a type of power, but they didn't really care either way. Most of them were. So, because most of them were running away from the control of the Catholic Church. But anyway, if you look at the language, you also understand that we are fighting for the right. Life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Let's go all 4th of July here. Finally in history, it was a time where there was the idea that we could be happy, that we could pursue happiness as people. It was our human right, our right as human beings born, that as soon as you're born, you have the right to pursue happiness as long as it didn't come at the expense of others. And eventually we were able to establish at the expense of others when we did away with slavery. But people have the right to be happy. People have the right to do things that are legally okay. And so we need to follow the Constitution. And so I have so many, it's just so sad in my news feed. People really upset one way or the other. And I just want to, because I'm surrounded by super conservative people, and while my personal beliefs, they may change tomorrow, you never know. My personal beliefs on this don't really matter. My personal belief as far as running the country are follow the document that you wrote up years ago that everyone claims to be so proud of, you need to follow it. So people that are freaking out saying, oh, well, now people can marry their dogs and people can marry their 5-year-old children. No, this is adults, consenting adults, having the right to marry. And if you if you look at things from a technical standpoint, we have common law marriages with straight couples, where if you live with someone for 7 years, you're basically considered married in the eyes of the law as far as getting to make decisions for the other party. We don't have anything like that for homosexuals, where if they are together for a period of time, they're allowed to make legal decisions on behalf of the person they're in a relationship with. So this law not only says that they can get married and consider themselves married, what this does is it gives people that have been involved in each other's life for a period of time the right that if anything were to happen medically, they can, or if they have children together, they can legally say that they were a unit and they're allowed to make decisions on behalf of the other person. I lost my grandfather earlier this year, and you know what, a few hours before he passed away, we got a call from the hospital because he was in the hospital, and they were saying, you have to make a decision. What do you want to do? And we had to make a decision according to his living will and his power of attorney. He left those things for us. He made those decisions easy for us to follow. But when people don't have those things, people have to make decisions. And I would say the person that knows what decision to make the best is going to be the person that they were living with for years and years, the person they confided in. So, and I would also say, I would also say that people that want to fight this because of their own personal religious beliefs, and they believe that they have the ability to oppose things based on religion, you have every right to be completely opposed to this. You have every right to be upset with this based on your religion. If people are allowed to be upset over the fact that you can pray in school, if people are allowed to be upset at the fact that people have meat in school, you're allowed to voice your opinion and you're allowed to be upset. Definitely. Oh, free speech is being taken away. No, it's not. It's just that these people can go to a courthouse and be married. When you start saying, oh, well, you know, this is what I voted on because of my religion and my faith, and you need to rule the government according to that, instead of ruling by the Constitution, what you're saying is the second that someone with a different religion than you comes into power, they can decide to change all the laws around because of their religion. Your government has to be neutral in its ruling if you have a democracy. And if you have something ruled by the people and you want justice and you want fairness for everyone, it has to be fair for everyone. It's sad, I see a lot of people saying, we need to pray for this country, poor us, our country's in shambles. No, our country is following the law set down years ago by our forefathers, with the language put in part by the Enlightenment. And that's what it's doing. So while a lot of people are upset, you have the right to be upset, and that's fine. But realize, as far as a government standpoint, our country is closer in making this decision to what they originally wanted for this country as far as it to be run. They may not have, they probably didn't even think about things like homosexual marriage back in the day when it was written. But times change, society changes, but the way that our Constitution was written, this decision follows the Constitution. So, yeah, I'm happy that it follows the Constitution. I'm happy that it's fair. I'm also happy that people can legally be bound to each other after years of being with each other. And I'm sad that people are so upset simply because of their own beliefs, because I feel like they don't understand how this country is supposed to be run. And I don't think that they understand sometimes you have to be neutral and accept things that go against your beliefs, so that way in the future your beliefs can be protected. That makes sense. You want your beliefs to be protected, you have to let this happen. People say, oh, it's fighting my beliefs. No, it's protecting them in the long run. So we'll see in a year or two. I may be wrong. This country may be demolished. We may be like scrounging around like minions falling apart. But anyway, that is my thought on the matter. And if you have any differing opinions, feel free to disagree or agree below. Y'all know me. Anyway, it is Windham, your filthy casual, and I will talk to you guys later.